Hello, this is mostly going to be like a video diary of like thoughts I'm having. I'm not really expecting this to go public, but I also wouldn't mind, and I'm just going to do like, I don't know, basic commentary over Titanfall 2, one of the best games ever made. Did you know that Titanfall 2 is made on a modified version with the Source 2 engine? Did you know that? Currently drinking apple cider, one of my favorites. I never realized that they actually added vinegar to apple cider. I thought that was such an interesting thing they add, because it adds like a slight tang to it. But if you just drink plain apple cider, you don't necessarily get the good aspects of that tang. It just feels like you're drinking like watered down vinegar, which is incredibly gross when I say out loud. But I also don't know how else to describe it as. And like it tastes beautifully if it's carbonated. It's like one of my favorite drinks to drink, carbonated cider, because it's like just like the texture of it, like the mouthfeel is amazing. But like I literally cannot like it like physically hurts me to like drink apple cider plainly. And I think that's like a very interesting aspect of how taste works, where like the combination and synthesis of several things can change. Like, oh my god, it is true. Like, whenever you play video games, you like cognitively, like you do like significantly worse while you're talking to other people. And I'm like feeling that, and like, oh, never mind. I'm actually super fucking goated. But it's very interesting how like different chemical reactions in your brain can cause different changes depending on the mixture of what materials, like physical materials, are around you and how they're affecting you. And that stupid son of a bitch thinks he can just fucking I hate him. I hate him. But I really like that aspect. Bro, what are you doing? Oh, what am I doing? Okay. And I really, oh my god, please don't kill me. Okay. We don't talk about that. Alfredo, dude. I've been okay. So I like saw his name and it says Alfredo, and like Alfredos are very like interesting food because like of how they were created. Hello, friend. We don't talk about that. Because like Alfredos are like really cool because of like the sauce mixture of it, and like I've never made Alfredos, but I've always eaten them, and I really love Alfredo. Comparatively, it's very unhealthy, and I'm like dieting currently, so it's actually a horrible idea on my part. But I cannot help myself as I'm a like gluttonous blob of carbohydrates and fatty acids, and I can't help myself from eating several different. Oh, bitch! Kill yourself! Oh, don't kill me! Oh my god. Okay, there's like something in my throat right now, and this thing is. Just kill yourself. Okay, never mind. There's something in my throat, and I couldn't. There's too much going on in that scene. But like, honestly, like I feel like Jerma right now, and I love that man with all my heart. Did you guys ever watch the live stream of him in like the Press is Right with Hassan Piker and Austin Show? I feel like Austin Show is the far more important person in that show because he's hosting it. But like the 90s aesthetic has been getting like a huge rise recently, and I don't really understand why. Like the 90s to 70s aesthetic, like I understand the reason for it is like nostalgia and everything, but like nostalgia is very interesting because it has no like actual like significance in our pop culture history, as it just reiterates previously known things, and like it doesn't allow us to change as like a society with new references or like new like material to like base off of, because most of television or like work or like media is based on like observations and subverting that. But to subvert by readdressing previously known problems is a very interesting way of how like subversion works now, and we just, instead of developing new things, we just reiterate back to the old because of how, you know, well, there's honestly a lot of reasons why we find comfort in things that we already know, but we also find progressivism to be very dangerous, even though it has far more positives than it has adverses, or like negatives. Adverses I don't think works in that context. And like I find it really interesting because like whenever people like use words in like like they like whenever people use words to like be smarter, they like use bigger words, like words that have like new like niche meanings to like sound like they understand what they're talking about. And like sometimes I do that because like I took like one dual credit class, one dual credit English class, and suddenly I'm all that. Suddenly I'm an English fucking scholar, bro. But like, it's interesting that like to formulate like to for people to think you're smart, you have to use like words that like regular people or like not even regular, like in normal conversations you use. Instead, we use like niche words to sound smarter, like words that you just didn't know existed or like weren't like coming across in your mind. Oh wait, I have time. Okay. And like, why do we use the ability, like, because we're knowledgeable about a certain database of ideas and concepts, we count that as like being like smarter than everyone else, even though like clearly that's not how smartness works. Because smartness is understanding that material rather than just addressing it plainly as it is. Oh, that would have been a cool kill. But I just think that's weird that we just like don't ever truly like as a society we're not supposed to truly fucking society. You know, it's so weird that like the word society has become like a meme in like discourse because of like it's like meaning and like because it's like oh we live in a society bullshit, but like why why like how did that even happen, you know? Like how did like saying society suddenly like I feel like it has to be related to politics to some degree. Like I feel like people who talk about or contemplate about society has become a niche and like so like now like talking about it is like considered like oh you're just like everyone else, which is like really honestly it's kind of cool how that happened. There's apple cider taste. It's really cool how like humanity adapts to changes in like communities. Like even regardless if it's good or not, like a community will change based on what it's reacting to. Because humans are very reactionary people. We usually don't ever like progress, but whenever we do progress, whenever we do progress, it's very like challenging for us, but it's also extremely beneficial because it just provides far more opportunities for new creations or ingenuities or problems to be solved. But because of because of comfort, we rather not because we'd rather deal with those problems. These humans are so good at adapting to situations that are non-beneficial to them, which is like crazy that like genetically speaking and like in biological standpoint, we are meant to fail horrendously. And like it reminds me of like this time I was like in my bus because like I like go use the bus to school and not not I don't do that, but like I was going on the bus and I was like messing with cards because I always have like a pack of cards in my hand because I'm really cool, you know, you get it. And like I actually the reason I have cards in my breast pocket is because I went to a mental facility and we just played cards there all the time. I might talk about it in a different thing, but like we were whenever how much time do we have? Oh, it's been like 20 minutes. We should be fine. It's like when I was there, we would like just play cards, and now it's like it's been like my new fidget toy. because of like how many different things you can do with cards. And the history of cards is honestly like kind of insane. Like there's so many different like niches cards have created. It's crazy. Like there's the magicians. There's a how am I gonna miss every shot like that, bro? That's crazy. There's like magicians. There's so many different niches, bro. Magicians, like card shufflers. Like I, what's it, I did card shuffling. I like my niche is card shuffling because I just really love the feel of cards and the noise it makes whenever you shuffle cards. But oh my god, dude, card shuffling is incredibly difficult. The hand dexterity you need to card shuffle is beyond preposterous, bro. Beyond preposterous. Preposterous. Like, Jesus, man. It's so meticulous in its nature that I just can't, like... The only cards that I've learned how to shuffle currently, like, the only, like, card trick I, like, truly know right now is the fucking... whatchamacallit? Okay, the card trick that I've learned currently is, like, the one-hand shuffle, and that one took me, like, 2 weeks to do. It was oh, shit. Like, dude, it's so hard to mess with cards. And, like, it's so weird how, like, much of a history they have, too. Like, I didn't know that, like, cards were such a, like, very important part of human nature and human development because it provided a standing for people to come in and like talk to each other, you know? So like it's really cool that like because of minor like what should we call it? Like minor like hobbies are able to like connect so many people together because humans are like social creatures and like we have the ability to like, you know, like come together as a species to enjoy the smaller things in life. And honestly, I think that's a very cool part of human history and human experience is to enjoy the small things and appreciate them while also trying desperately to keep those small things as they are. And that truly, I feel like, is the most human experience to be so fed up, like so lusted for nostalgia and everything that it comes for, that it just, oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay, never mind. We're fine. We're so lusted for nostalgia that we will do anything in our power to keep it that way until like a new generation of people come, and then they like this is like mad cringe, and because like we've been around it for so long, we don't care about it anymore. This is just super boring. Like this is like why? Oh man. Oh, you want? It's like it, it's just so interesting how people work and like how the cycle always continues on like that. But as we can see here, the match has ended, and I feel like my around about 14 minutes has been done for rambling. Probably not gonna edit this because I'm too lazy to do so. Took a sip of my cider. Hope you have a balanced day. Hope there's good and bad in it because the bad lets you appreciate the good. And I might do this again, maybe, hypothetically speaking. Good night.